Hi Aries, welcome to Sophquest. I'm Spence and welcome to Cancer season. We have moved from Gemini season into Cancer, from air into water, from our head into our heart, which is a really good thing. Now we've been through Mercury Retrograde for quite a while now, and in a couple of days, I believe on Wednesday, we're going to station Mercury stations and then goes direct for the rest of the week and into July. So it'll slowly start moving us forward, which helps us to think clearer, and it would be a good time at that point to start things new that might be contractual, right? When you're signing things. So if you're looking for a new job, it's a good time. Now Jupiter, on the same day as Cancer season begins, on the 20th, Jupiter actually stations to go retrograde into Pisces. And then just a few days later, I think on the 25th, we are going to have Neptune also retrograde in Pisces, which really does help us get into our higher mind and our spiritual self. But it's also a water sign. So there's a lot of head and heart energy that's in the air right now, which I think really does help us to move forward in a way that feels very authentic to our true selves, right? So that's what we're working with. All right, I'm going to today use the Oracle of the Seven Energies by Colette Baron Reed, and also the Muse Tarot by Chris Ann. So Aries, let's pull you a card from the Oracle of the Seven Energies. This deck is a beautiful deck that does indicate about the chakra system, but it's actually deeper than that. It's about how to utilize the energy and cleanse and clear the energies in our chakras. So it is a good deck for that. I think I might actually read them for you. I'm really enjoying reading the oracles, so give me a comment. Let me know what you think, if you like it, if you like me to read the messages, because I'm very much enjoying that. Okay, so Oracle of the Seven Energies. Today for you, Aries, we have Sacred Reverence. Sacred Reverence. That is a beautiful thing, right? It is going head, heart, and talking to ourselves about the things that we revere, the things that we care about, the things that we truly value, and taking time to stop and take stock of those things. That is a beautiful thing. So let's look at that. 47. Sacred Reverence for you, Aries. 47. Now this is for the week of June 21st through the 27th. So we are in Cancer season. Sacred Reverence. I like that for you very much. Okay. Colette Baron Reed is a good writer, so I thought I'd read these as well. Sacred Reverence. Awe for the truth that spirit is everywhere. Inspiration coming through you as a result of reverence. Joyful living, exploring possibilities with curiosity. Spiritual passion, manifesting from the starting point of the realm of spirit. Now, if that isn't Jupiter and Neptune retrograde in Pisces, right? It is. Pisces is the 12th house. It is the house of spirit, the house of the unknown, and inspiration. It's unconditional love and empathy and compassion. So again, from Gemini season, the head, into Cancer season, the heart, and with those planets in retrograde, the slowing down of energy so that we take time to have reverence. Perfect card for you right now to start the season of Cancer. Looking at the world, do you see all life or only a limited part? When you look at a blade of grass, do you just see a plant? When you encounter a puppy, do you just see an animal? While this categorizing is one way of viewing the world, it's only a fraction of the truth. It isn't enough. Look closer and you'll observe the luminosity immanent in these living, sentient beings. If you allow yourself to take in all of the world, including the spirit of it, then you can see the whole. Reverence is an act of deep witnessing, respect, and awe. You experience it when you perceive every being and everything, every plant, rock, and tree as sacred and alive. And you can naturally lean into this state of bliss and harmony and a profound sense of well-being. That is so true. You know, I say at the end of every video, kindness, reverence, and gratitude. So the act of perceiving, in a way, seeing the big picture of life is a good thing for you to take some time to do this week, Aries. All right, now I'm going to pull you a 9-card spread from the Muse Tarot. This is a beautiful and colorful deck. I know last week's tarot deck was very reflective and the cards were difficult to see. So I've learned that maybe that's not the best deck. For this channel, I'll use that in my personal readings, but I think this deck is going to be much better and easier for you to see. So thank you to those who gave me that tip. I appreciate it very much. All right, for the week of June 21st through the 27th, your first card has jumped out. Beautiful. Some of these cards, instead of being on the vertical, they are actually on the horizontal, so I'll show you that way. And all the kings in this deck are called muses. So I chose the deck, the Muse Tarot, because, you know, the 9 muses, there are female muses that inspire us. And right now I think that that's a good energy for Cancer season, right? Cancer is about home and hearth. It's about the things that makes us feel comforted and at home within ourselves and in the world. And that's what the energies are trying to help us do with all these planets in retrograde, right? We have a chance to stop and really go inward and ask ourselves what matters to us. It helps us to put things into alignment. It helps us to prioritize the things that we value and the things that we're really working on. So I love that very much, and I thought this would be a beautiful deck for that. It's also somewhat yin energy, this deck, and that's a good thing because Cancer is the house of mother and yin. Also, we just had Father's Day, so it's, you know, mother and father, home, right? These cards fell, and I'm going to lay them. All right, perfect. 9 cards for you, Cancer. All right, on the bottom of the deck today, Cancer, for you, we have Temperance. Perfect. Temperance with sacred reverence. Aries, it's time to come into a sense of peace. A sense of peace and reverence. Taking stock and having gratitude to be where you are right now. That's what this message is saying. Be in the now. Be where you are right now. Observe everything in your life and try to look at the things that are around you as amazing and awesome and beautiful. And I mean awesome in the exact meaning of the word. Having awe for the living, breathing spirit of everything around you. So that's taking time to notice it, right? To think about it, to be grateful for it. That's beautiful. I really hope that you can get into this energy right now. I know Mars, your planet Aries, is in Leo, and this is a very much a being in the ego mind of what we need, to feel good. So, but it can be very yang, right? Very, very assertive. So for you to step into this part of your energy right now, I think Aries is exactly the right advice for you right now. To step more into your heart. Okay, first we have the King of Swords, or in this deck, the Muse of Voices. All of the kings in this deck are about being inspired in the energy of each suit. And voices is air, right? We're just coming out of Gemini. So this is the King of Air, which is knowing, making a decision, being decisive, and having a sense of clarity, seeing with bigger vision. Then we have the 9 of Emotions, which is water, and this is feeling really good. The 9 of Cups is about feeling fulfilled. And then the 2 of Voices, the 2 of Swords, which is sometimes a state of having confusion because we're trying to make a very important decision. So with the Muse, or the King of Air, trying to make a decision and have resolve about what makes you feel happy and fulfilled and kind of at one with the world and the environment that you're in. It's saying that you can make the decision to do this, that you can decide to walk down this bridge and go toward clarity and decisiveness, to not only see, but decide that right where you are right now, you can feel like this. You can. You can feel fulfilled. You can count your blessings. You can be grateful. And you can also merge with the environment in a heart-centered way. it is saying if you stay too much in your head and you start counting all your lists and your to-dos and getting a little bit too fired up about those things, you can get into a state of flux and feel flustered, which is this card, the Two of Swords. Or you can make the decision that this bridge to your future is bringing you to a place of peace and harmony and being one with your environment. So I think this is really saying to really open yourself up to the energy of bringing peace to your world and to your environment by bringing it from within yourself first. Starting from within. The second line, we have the moon. Cancer is ruled by the moon. We're in Cancer season. Knight of Materials. Heart-centered. Moving through the world, doing your work, carrying on smartly, right? With this Knight of Materials, which is Earth or Pentacles. So what we do every day. And the Knight is how we move through the world. So you're moving through the world with your heart open, your emotions vulnerable, allowing yourself to be authentic. And the High Priestess, taking things in a more spiritual way, looking at life through a bigger spectrum so that you can bring yourself into a state of peace, into a state of harmony, and into a state of reverence. Because it really does start from within, right? I think we talked about this last week. I think I said something like, people can look at life two ways. That the outside circumstances have to change and be great in order for you to feel good. That's one way to look at it. Or going inward and deciding to feel this way. And then from that internal energy, seeing that reflected in your outer world. It actually starts within first. But very often as humans, we do it backwards, right? We look at our outer circumstances and we say, all of these things are wrong. And then it makes us feel inwardly like we're at a loss, or that we are disempowered, or we just allow it to make us unhappy. But what if internally we were just going to decide to feel all of the good and positive emotions that we have the power to do with the moon? We absolutely do. And that's how we walk through life, or in this case, run through life like this horse. Every day, deciding to just feel good about things, no matter what the circumstances. That is how we master our energy. And the High Priestess does that. She sees the good, the bad, the ugly. She has deep wisdom. This is wisdom. And it's going inside yourself and saying, I can have that wisdom every day in my life by deciding to feel fulfilled, by embracing what I know, by embracing how I balance my energy, and decide to have a reverence for life, a gratitude for life. By seeing the world in a bigger way, not just all the circumstantial things, not all the little things, but the big picture of life. Just grateful to be alive. Because with the Fool on the bottom and the Seven of Emotions, you're wanting to take a risk. And you're trying to understand how to listen to your feelings and how much they can guide you. This is also a card about opportunities. You are wanting to take new opportunities to feel more in tune with the world, with the Hierophant. To feel all of these feelings of reverence and gratitude, peace and temperance and healing. This is a very healing time for you. The Temperance card is not just about peace and balance, but it's about when we get into that state of peace and balance, we heal. We heal the things that ail us. And that can be mentally, it can be emotionally, it can be physically or spiritually. And a state of temperance is about balance. It's about seeing the world in a balanced way. I think you're trying to do that. So we've looked at the horizontal, now let's look at the vertical. So we have the King of Swords, or the Muse of Voices. Then we have the Moon. Then we have the Fool. You are making the decision that your emotions matter, that stuffing them down doesn't work, and that in order to take risks in life, in order to do the things we actually want to do, the things that make us happy, we have to be open. Like the moon, we have to be open to it. This is Cancer season, dropping from the head into the heart and saying, this is what I need. This is what I need to be happy. I need to understand that I can do anything that I want in life, and I can see life any way that I want to see it. But if I want to be happy, then I count my blessings. I stay in a state of peace and reverence and temperance. I don't let things get to me too much. Carrying on smartly, walking through life, doing what you do every day, getting up, brushing your teeth, going to work, right? But staying in this state. And then the world is your oyster with the 7 of emotions, and you can choose any options and see everything as an opportunity. So I think this is really about the way you're looking at your life and the way you're seeing the world. And then finally, with the 2 of voices, making a decision. Which way am I going to look at life? Tapping in. Looking at life through the eyes of my soul. And through the eyes of reverence and gratitude with the Hierophant. This is a deep spiritual card. You have a lot of spiritual cards on the table here with the Moon and the High Priestess and the Hierophant, and then Temperance and Sacred Reverence. Aries, this is very much encouraging you. Drop into your heart. Try to stay open and vulnerable. Remember, vulnerability is actually a superpower. Because when we're vulnerable and when we're open, then we have the ability to feel joy. The ability to have laughter that just happens. We just see life with more joy and more opportunity for grace. And that brings true gratitude. It's the key to happiness. It starts within. Aries, I hope you have an incredible week. I really do. I think Cancer season is going to be good for you. So feel your feels and let it heal you. You're going places here with this right in the center of your spread, Knight of Materials. Carry on smartly and don't be afraid of your feels. Remember, we reveal to feel to heal. All right, that's what's happening for you, Aries. I wish you the best. Thank you so much. I wish you kindness, reverence, and gratitude every day. And I'll talk to you again next week. Thank you so much.